Objective physical geology, multiple choice questions with answers. So these are the collection from various previous years question papers, and these are useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 1. Coming to the first question. In humid temperate climate, the rocks are weathered predominantly by a combination of both disintegration and decomposition, resulting in the formation of. This was the question asked in UPSC Combined Geologists exam 2020. So the choices are A. Black cotton soil, B. Lateritic soil, C. Podzol soil, D. Sandy soil. The correct answer is B. Lateritic soil. Coming to the second question, the molten spheroidal mass that the Earth was originally started cooling, with the result that a solid crust was formed over a molten core. The process of gradual release of previously dissolved gases in molten magma is known as, or is called as. So the choices are A. Degassing, B. Diagenesis, C. Decomposition, D. Disintegration. The correct answer is A. Degassing. Coming to the third question, the volcanism of island arcs and continental margin erosions are associated with plate convergence. More extensive vast sheets of basaltic lavas which have formed on the continents at various times in the past are referred as. Choices are A. Continental flood basalts, B. Mid-oceanic lava flow, C. Andesitic lava flow, and D. Rhyolitic lava flow. The correct answer is A. Continental flood basalts. Coming to the fourth question. Isostatic adjustment is. Choices are A. The horizontal movement of crustal rock tending to rise or sink gradually until they are balanced by the weight of displaced mantle rocks. B. The vertical movement of crustal rock tending to rise and sink gradually until they are balanced by the weight of displaced mantle rock. C. Shrinking of crust rock during the process of convergent plate boundary movement, which is equal to applied stress. And D. Rearrangement of morphological features at the surface of Earth after the removal of applied pressure. The correct answer is B. The vertical movement of the crustal rock tending to rise and sink gradually until they are balanced by the weight of displaced mantle rock is known as isostatic adjustment. Coming to the fifth question. The truncated spurs are the erosional landscapes associated with valley glacier. So these are known as. Choices are A. Sharp peaks that remain after cirques have cut back into a mountain on several sides. And B. Frost wedging on the rocks exposed above the glacier, steepening and cutting back the side wall of the valley. C. Lower parts of the ridges that have been carved into triangular facets by glacial erosion. And D. Steep-sided, rounded, hollow carved into a mountain at the head of a glacial valley. So the correct answer is C. Lower parts of ridges that have been carved into triangular facets by glacial erosion are known as truncated spurs. Coming to the sixth question. The quantity of water which enters stream channels in a drainage basin over a specified period of time can be determined by a. Choices are A. Channel steepness equation, B. Stream length gradient equation, C. Water balance equation, D. Darcy equation. The correct answer is C. Water balance equation. Coming to the seventh question. Crevasses form along the. Choices are A. Margins of glaciers in places where the path is curved, B. Bedrock by the marking of boulders that are dragged at the base of ice sheet, C. Grinding of rocks into a powder of fine fragment of silt and clay size, D. Marking on rock in the form of scratches by the sharp corner of rock fragments. The correct answer is A. Margins of glaciers in places where the path is curved. Along this, the crevasses are formed. So coming to the eighth question. The threshold flow velocity at which a particle settles to a channel bed is known as. Choices are A. Fall velocity, B. Increasing velocity, C. Decreasing velocity, D. Runoff velocity. The correct answer is A. Fall velocity. Coming to the 8th question, abrasion is a process that can mechanically weather rock, and so what can it can weather? So choices are A. Solvent action of water which attack in the mineral structure. B. Disintegration of rock masses by the process of frost wedging. C. Exposing fresh country rock to the surface due to the removal of their overlying weathering material. And D. Grinding away of rocks by friction and impact during transportation. So the correct answer is D. Grinding away of rocks by friction and impact during the transportation is known as an abrasion. Coming to the 10th question. What is a tectonite? A tectonite is a recrystallized rock without any change in shape and orientation of grain. B. A rock showing an imperfection in crystal structure resulting reorientation of rock in terms of volume, not in structure. C. A rock that results from the accumulation of many separate components and each of which moved into place independently of its neighbors. And D. A deformed rock, the fabric of which is due to systematic movement of the individual units under a common external force. So all these are the choices, and the correct answer is D. A deformed rock, the fabric of which is due to the systematic movement of the individual units under a common external force is known as a tectonite. Coming to the 11th question. The Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, African rifts are examples of radial rift system. In this system, what will happen? Choices are A. Red Sea and Gulf of Aden are active divergent boundary and African rift is inactive rift. And B. Red Sea and African rift are active divergent boundary and Gulf of Aden is inactive rift. And C. African rift and Gulf of Aden are active divergent boundary and Red Sea is inactive rift. And D. Red Sea, Gulf of Aden and African rift, all three represents active rift system. So these are the choices. The correct answer is B. Red Sea and African rift are active divergent boundary and Gulf of Aden is inactive rift. Coming to the 12th question. The process of mass wasting is controlled by shear force, normal force and shear strength. The land debris or landslide takes place when choices are A. Shear force is greater than shear strength. B. Normal force is greater than shear force. C. Shear strength is greater than shear force. And D. Normal force is greater than shear force and strength. So the correct answer is A. Shear force is greater than the shear strength. Then in that type, the process of mass wasting is controlled by shear force. Coming to the 13th question. If two streams flow downhill in an opposite directions on either side of a range, one stream may capture on other if. So these are the question asked in Assistant Geologist exam 2018. Choices are A. Erodes faster than the other stream and cuts through most of the mountain by headward erosion. And B. Superimposes on the range of gently dipping plain. And C. Exists before the origin of the other river. And D. Flows in peneplain after erosion. So the correct answer is A. It erodes faster than the other stream and it cuts through the most of the mountain by headward erosion. So this is known as a stream capture or stream piracy. Coming to the 14th question. The glaciers formed due to coalescence of several mountain or valley glaciers at the foothill zone are called. Choices are A. Cirque glaciers, B. Continental glaciers, C. Piedmont glaciers and B. Nike glaciers. The correct answer is C. Piedmont glaciers. Coming to the 15th question. The correct sequence in descending order for the earthquake zone, which allows closely the distribution of volcanoes is. Choices are A. Mediterranean Asian mountain system, continental and oceanic trenches, circum-Pacific zone. B. Circum-Pacific zone, continental and oceanic trenches, Mediterranean and Asian mountain system. C. Mediterranean Asian mountain system, circum-Pacific zone, continental and oceanic trenches. And D. Circum-Pacific zone, Mediterranean Asian mountain system, continental and oceanic trenches. So the correct answer is D. Circum-Pacific zone, Mediterranean Asian mountain system, continental and oceanic trenches. So this is the sequence in the descending order for the earthquake. So that means here in the circum-Pacific zone, most of the earthquake activity and volcanic activity will be there. It is followed by oceanic trenches. Coming to the 16th question. Theory explaining the evolution of mountain chain or geotectonic cycle is known as. So A. Concept of periplanation. B. Sediments deposited in ocean trenches. C. Concept of geosyncline and orogenic cycle. D. Ocean basin with renewal sedimentation. So the correct answer is, it is known as the concept of geosyncline and orogenic cycle. Coming to the 17th question. During middle Paleozoic to early Tertiary, the continent of Laurasia in the northern hemisphere was separated from the continent of Gondwana land in the southern hemisphere by Tethys, from which choices are A. Appalachian mountain having a series of alternating ridge lines and valleys emerged. B. Ural mountains run approximately from north to south have emerged. And C. Alps and Himalayan mountain chains are emerged. And D. Atlas mountain range that emerged from a huge geosynclines. So the correct answer is C. Alps and Himalayan mountain chains have emerged during the Paleozoic to early Tertiary. Coming to the 18th question. Late geosynclinal period follows immediately after orogenic stage, and there are narrow troughs, back deeps and intra deeps which subside and receive sediments from young mountain ranges, which are termed as. Choices are A. Fly ash in alpine chains of the Mediterranean and non-clastic wedges elsewhere. And B. Terrigenous sediments along the mid-Atlantic ridge and Rift Valley. C. Molasse in the alpine chains of the Mediterranean region and clastic wedges elsewhere. And D. They are continental and oceanic deposit and turbidites muds. The correct answer is C. Molasse in the alpine chains of the Mediterranean region and clastic wedges elsewhere. Coming to the 19th question, the youngest supercontinent, which is formed between 450 and 320 million years old and including most of the existing continent, is termed as. Choices are A. Gondwana, B. Laurasia, C. Pangaea, D. Rhodonia. So the correct answer is C. Pangaea. Coming to the 20th question, how fragmentation and drifting of Gondwana land left the imprints on the Earth's surface. So choices are A. Formation of rift valleys of East Africa and the connected Red Sea Rift, also in the outpouring of enormous lava flows in India. And B. There were no changes in the fauna and flora. And C. The great reptiles amongst the land animals and the ammonites. And D. There was no outburst of orogenic movements. So the correct answer is B. There were no changes in the fauna and flora. Coming to the 21st question, large-scale volcanic activity which gives rise to huge Deccan trap rocks in India is attributed due to. Choices are A. Continent-continent collision between Indian and Eurasian plate. B. Subduction of continental plate into the mantle. C. Rifting along the Narmada and Godavari basin. D. Movement and migration of Indian plate over hotspot in mantle region. So the correct answer is D. Movement and migration of Indian plate over hotspot in mantle region. Coming to the 22nd question. Bathyal zone corresponds to the continental slope of the ocean bottoms. This zone is characterized by. Choices are A. High and low tide. B. Complete darkness. C. Plentiful supply of oxygen and sun rays. D. Complete absence of current activity and weak sunlight. So the correct answer is C. Complete darkness. In the bathyal zone, complete darkness will be observed. Coming to the 23rd question, the outer rigid layer of the earth that is produced at mid-oceanic ridges is called. Choices are A. Lithosphere, B. Asthenosphere, C. Mantle, D. Transition zone. The correct answer is B. Asthenosphere. Coming to the 24th question, which one of the following drainage pattern indicates lack of structural control in an area? This was the question asked in Technical Assistant Exam 2016. The choices are A. Trellis pattern, B. Annular pattern, C. Dendritic pattern, and D. Parallel pattern. So the correct answer is C. Dendritic pattern. Here this pattern indicates the lack of structural control in an area. Coming to the 25th question, the circular depression formed by plucking and grinding action of glacier on the upper part of the mountain slopes is called. Choices are A. Horn, B. Circus, C. Crater, D. Kettles. The correct answer is B. Circus. Hope you have enjoyed all these questions. Hope you can subscribe to this.